The bigger your dream, the more your identity changes in the eyes of other people. I'll say that again. The bigger you dream, the more your identity changes in the eyes of other people. In God's eyes, your identity doesn't change at all, but in the eyes of others, it may change, and it may change for the worse. It may change for the worse. I'm sorry, you can't hate the player, you gotta hate the game. It's not me, it's all God. It's all good, but it's all God. Even before, the scripture says, even before he came near to them, before he could even get close enough to them, they recognized him. His brothers are sitting down having a little bite to eat after, pasturing their flocks in the fields, and Joseph comes walking. He's walking because he's doing the will of his father. His father says, I need you to go check on my sons, check on my boys, go check on them. And they saw him coming. They saw him coming, but he didn't see them. They saw him coming, but he didn't see them. Sometimes you won't even have to get close enough to people for them to realize that there is a true calling on your life. Joseph planned to remain obedient to the Lord and the purpose God had for him, and because of that, his countenance changed. Your countenance will change when your calling is revealed. There will be a cloud surrounding you when your calling is revealed and your purpose is revealed. You will have a certain weight attached to you, and you will have a certain look attached to you, so people will be able to notice you and pick you out before you even see them. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing. You'll be changed. When you first get saved, they say, oh my, she's mighty happy. She's got a little bit of joy. Well, when you first get saved and you get that joy, implanted into your life, the joy of salvation, you begin to look a little bit different. And so the same thing applies when your calling happens. When you are called, you begin to look different. When I wasn't called, I was just Justin, and then I got called, and now I got to be called Minister Payne. Even though I'm still Justin to the Lord, to you all, I'm Minister Payne. And so my identity changed a little bit. So when you see me on the street, I can't act like the Justin I used to act before I got saved. Even though I may not be perfect, I may slip back into that a couple of times, but my identity changes in your eyes just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. And people will begin to recognize you differently when you start to talk about the dreams that God gives you. When kids are young, and I sat in a couple of kindergarten classes, because I want to be a music teacher. I sat in a couple of kindergarten classes, and you ask a child what they want to be when they grow up. And they say, my dream is to be president of the United States. Or my dream is to be a professional NBA player. My dream is to be a professional NFL player. I want to own my own business. I want to own some property. I want to have lots of money when I grow up. Because kids have these big dreams. And Joseph was telling his family these big dreams, but Joseph wasn't a kid. Joseph wasn't a kid, and might I stop and pause right there to tell you that it's never too late to dream. Look at somebody and tell them it's never too late to dream. It's never too late to dream. It's never too late to dream. And most of the time, Joseph's dreams were beyond human comprehension, so they knew right away that his calling was heavier. They knew right away that he was different. And my second point, it brings me to my second point, that not everybody supports your dreams. Not everybody supports your dreams. Not everybody supports your dreams. Even before he came near to them, they conspired to kill him. This was after he had told them the dreams that he had had. And you would think that these boys would have a little bit more respect and compassion, considering they were the half-brothers of Joseph. They had 50% of that blood running through their veins, and the closest people to him were the ones that wanted to take him out. Sometimes it's in your inner circle where the people that are hating on you the most. Sometimes the people that are closest to you are the ones that are most against you. Check your circle. You got to check your circle. Check your circle and keep your circle in check. Keep it in check. Because they were closest to him. They were his family members. They were his family members. And when your dreams don't fall in line with the dreams of others, they will not be on your team. When your dreams don't fall in line with the dreams of others, they will not be on your team. Joseph took the risk of telling his brothers his dreams, but he never intended for them to become offended. Because as I stated earlier, dreams were communication from the divine. And so Joseph wasn't telling his brothers this to belittle them. He was telling them this because he was excited. I don't know about you, but anytime the Lord talks to me, I get a little excited. And the first people that I talk to is family. Because, my relationship with the Lord, sometimes it excites me. And I can't necessarily keep it to myself, the conversations that we have. And you would think that if I told my family member, they would be the first to support me. But in Joseph's case, they wanted to kill him. They wanted to kill him. They wanted to kill him. There will come times where your dreams will include others, but not at their free will. There will come times where your dreams will include others, but not at their free will. I'll be honest, and let me be transparent for a second, that if any one of my little cousins came to me, I'm growing up, don't judge me, I'm growing up. But if any one of my little cousins, I just baptized my little cousin this morning, if he were to come to me and tell me that one day I would have to bow down to him, I would not be able to grasp that right away. Can I be human for a second? Can I be human for a second? Joseph came to tell his brothers that they were going to bow down to him. I'm sure that they might have been dreaming too, but their dreams may have been little pity-pat dreams or nothing like. They wasn't thinking about nothing in their sleep. So Joseph comes with this divine connection and communication from the Lord, and he's telling them, you guys are going to bow to me. You guys are going to bow to me. So then he came to them telling them what they were going to do with their life. They might have had different plans and a different agenda for their life, but Joseph came and told them, well, this is what the Lord told me, and this is the dream that I had, and this is where you fit in to life at. This is your purpose. Your purpose is to bow. Not everybody has the same purpose in this life. Not everybody has the same purpose in this life. Not everybody is meant to be an organ player. Not everybody is meant to be a piano player. Not everybody is meant to stand up here and preach the gospel. Not everybody is meant to stand at the door and be an usher. But when somebody comes and reveals your purpose to you, you have to begin talking to the Lord, because the Lord, if it comes from the Lord, then he means it, and it will come to pass. It will come to pass. They conspired to kill him. They conspired to kill him. His dream enraged them so much so that they wanted to take him out. I can imagine them saying things like, this brother likes to sleep and have these crazy dreams. Let's kill him when he gets close enough, and then he can sleep on and dream for eternity. Who does he think he is, having these kinds of dreams that don't line up with the tradition and the family and its lineage? How dare him come to us telling us that we will bow to him one day? We'll see who is going to bow, eventually, when God's will for somebody else's life comes through you, and it's not what they thought they had in mind for their life. They will want to take you out, and that's the risk you run of being a dreamer, mainly because they know the power of a dream, and they know that the dream has the potential of coming true. Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream that turned this whole world upside down, and he ran the risk of telling us his dream on national television in front of millions of people, and because of that, he was taken out. But here's the funny thing. They killed the dreamer, but they didn't kill the dream. Touch your neighbor, say, they can kill the dreamer, but they can't kill the dream. They can't kill the dream. They can't kill the dream. And I know we've mourned his loss and mourned the loss of the great leader, but for the most part, the dream to this day has come true. Most of the things he stated in that dream have come true. We aren't all the way there yet, and we aren't perfect just yet, but for the most part, his dream is coming true. It's becoming true day by day, day by day. And God's got too much riding on some of your dreams to allow it to just vanish and to just disappear. So there's also a risk and a cost you have to pay when you're a dreamer and a visionary. Being a dreamer might cost you some friends. Also, being a dreamer might cost you some family, might cost you some co-workers, might cost you some relationships, but don't let that keep you from dreaming and staying in God's will to see to it that those dreams do come true.